I'm going to be answering WAEC 2019 chemistry objective past questions, and this is question number 2. And the question is: a solid substance with high melting point and boiling point is likely to be A. a covalent bonding, B. additive bonding, C. an electrovalent compound, or D. a non-metal. So what they want you to consider in this question is what type of the bond that the atoms or molecules that forms this substance they speak of possesses. In other words, they are asking you, or the question they are trying to ask you is, this exact substance, this solid substance with high melting and boiling points, what type of bond exists between its components or constituent atoms and molecules? So the options, I would be breaking down the options, and then we would select or choose the answer or see the answer. Option A is equivalent bond. Now, a covalent bond is basically a kind of chemical bond that involves sharing of electrons, sharing of electron pairs between atoms. So any type of bond where basically you have the electrons being shared in order for both constituent atoms to achieve their neutral state, or octet or duplet state rather, as the case may be. That sort of bond is a covalent bond. A popular example is a water molecule, in which each hydrogen atom shares an electron with the oxygen atom. So the other option is option B, which is a dative bond. Now, in a dative bond can also be referred to as a coordinate covalent bond, and it's a kind of covalent bond in which the electrons that are to be shared are derived from one of the constituent atoms. So, for example, in a phosphate molecule, you have phosphorus, the phosphorus atom, or supplying the three supplying the three electrons that are going to be shared, or that will be shared with the three oxygen atoms, in order to to achieve that state, the ideal state. And C is an electrovalent compound. Now, an electrovalent compound, of course, is a kind of compound, or basically an electrovalent compound is a compound that comprises of atoms that are bonded together by an electrovalent bond. And for electrovalent bonds are formed by positive and negative, positively and negatively charged atoms. So, or which are ions, because being charged. So these electrovalent bonds usually are stronger than covalent and dative bonds because of that strong force of attraction, that strong attractive force between the positive and negative ions that make up the compound. So electrovalent compounds usually have, or usually possess, strong electrovalent bonds. Now, for non-metals, of course, non-metals are basically elements, or found elements on the periodic table, that require electrons, that receive electrons to achieve octet or duplet state. So from the explanation I have just given, the answer to the question is C, which is electrovalent compound. Now, I have earlier stated that electrovalent compounds, have very strong electrovalent bonds among their constituent atoms. So, due to these strong bonds between the constituent substances, constituent atoms, the melting points and boiling points are usually high due to these strong electrovalent bonds, and they are mostly solids. So that's an important fact to note. They are also, or mostly, solid. So electrovalent compound is the answer to the question. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel for more videos. Thank you.